I got to play Forza Horizon 3 at E3 2016. And to be honest, I was going into Forza Horizon sort of not really wanting it this soon. In fact, I'm getting this stale feeling against the Forza games, especially with it being an annual franchise now. Even though that they split up the games, every other year you get a Horizon game, and every other year you get a simulator game. It's a nice balance, but it's still an annual franchise. And for someone like me who loves the Forza games, whether they be the simulated main series or the spin-off arcade open world exploration of Horizon, I was really getting burnt out. And so I was going into Forza Horizon 3 not really wanting it. And then when they revealed it, with the gorgeous locations and pretty much, the way that they did, showing off what you can do, I was immediately impressed. And again, I was kind of brought back into the world of Horizon, and playing it at E3 2016, all I can say is that Turn 10 continues to deliver a solid racing experience. Seriously, even though Turn 10, I know that's a different studio that works on the Horizon series, but every Forza game that releases, it's all quality. It's crazy. It's crazy to me how fast they pump them out, and how they continue to be of a quality experience. How the graphics continue to get better. How there's more cars, there's more dynamics. The races continue to be more exhilarating, more fun, and everything like that. And I absolutely enjoyed my time with Forza Horizon 3. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the game. My demo had 3 parts to it. I basically had to select a car, and really it was one race that had 3 different sections. So I selected a car, and I started off in this sort of, open road area, and I was racing around. I could have chose I think it was the Lamborghini, a BMW, or something else. I completely forgot. But I chose the BMW. I didn't want to do the Lamborghini because I played the Lamborghini with Forza Horizon 2. So I wanted to try out the BMW M4, I believe it was. And so I was racing that around, and the environments were just gorgeous. I mean, you're racing around. First of all, you're in this sort of, open road. It's kind of like, out there, and then it pretty much turns in. It's like a rural area to start. And then it turns into this jungle, lush forest, and then you're racing through the jungles of Australia, and there's trees, there's really tall trees, and everything's, really flowing by. There's water puddles and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden this truck comes, racing above you. It does like a jump, it races above you. And your character the camera actually transitions to the guy in the truck, and now you're racing the truck, and then you pretty much go to the beach, and you're racing alongside the water, and then you're going off-roading, and it was an incredible gameplay demo. And I went into it feeling stale of the Forza series, just in general, not really wanting another one for like 2 or 3 years. But now, I feel very compelled to play the game again. I mean, Forza, to be honest with you guys, I was a huge Gran Turismo fan back in the day, especially on PS2. I absolutely loved the Gran Turismo games. And I was really looking when I played Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, I was like, this is really good. I really want to see what they do for, the full game. This is going to be incredible. And Gran Turismo 5 came out, and I mean, pretty much you guys know what happened. It was awful. It was a sloppy, it was a game that focused on quantity rather than quality. And I feel like Gran Turismo 6 did that same thing as well. And now we have Gran Turismo Sport coming out, which I could have played at E3, but I just couldn't get an appointment time. And I don't really know if I can feel excited because of the disappointments between the last 2 games. But since then, Forza has really taken my heart. And ever since Forza Motorsport 3, I've been a huge fan of the franchise, and every single Forza has just delivered on making a quality racing experience, which is what I really love and I really appreciate about Turn 10 and the other studios who work on the Forza franchise. So Horizon 3, you have this gorgeous environment that pretty much transitions from different angles as well, because you have that city element that was like in Forza Horizon 2. So you have those, the city elements that are in the game, and then you have these lush tropical jungles that are just full of greenery and puddles of water, and it's beautiful to race through these and to see, you know, the leaves flying past your car, and you're just looking at the environment. The sun's piercing through the trees and the leaves and all that, and it's a gorgeous game to look at, and you're playing this game, and it's like you feel like you're in that moment, that you're actually racing down that street at 90 plus miles an hour, you know, in your fancy car, and that sense of speed and mobility is ever so present. And then you have, like, you know, trucks, and you're off-roading along the beach, and you look, you know, to the side of you, you see these waves coming in and crashing off the shore, and how you can drive into the water, and there's puddles, you know, splashing everywhere, and it splashes on your windshield. And then the rain starts coming in because it's like a rainforest, and, you know, your windshield start going like this, and the water's kind of breezing through your windshield. And you're trying, I mean, the last race that they had in demo, I was trying to race some guy who pretty much was on a helicopter and got dropped off at, like, the last section of the game. And so, like, here's the finish line. He got dropped down by the helicopter, and I was on this ramp back here. I went up the ramp and I flew over him, and the camera actually panned back in slow motion. It panned back and showed me flying over him, landing right in front of him into victory. And it's bonkers, right? It's like it's so, you know, it's so much fantasy, you know. It's pretty much Fast and Furious. If you ever saw those movies, how ridiculous those stunts are, right? But it's still so enjoyable to watch. And for those of you guys who aren't into, you know, the simulated racing games, which there are quite a few who don't, they like the arcade racing games, this still delivers an exhilarating experience, and you can even set the controls to have a simulate-like version of the Forza Motorsport main series. So Forza Horizon 3 is just an incredible, like, graphics incredible. It looks amazing. I was playing on Xbox One, and the game runs 1080p, 30 frames per second, and the frame rate's consistent. The graphics are just amazing, and it's gorgeous. And especially if you're playing this on the Xbox One S and you have an HDR TV with those extra effects, considering, you know, the extra HDR effects that aren't going to be compressed or downscaled to standard dynamic range, to see that happen, you're even going to get a much more lifelike experience, and that's really going to make all the difference, especially with this game and its gorgeous environments. It's really going to just, I think it's really going to be a gorgeous racing experience all around. And so I'm looking forward to Forza Horizon 3. I went into it really feeling stale of the Forza series and not really wanting more, and I came out of the demo so happy and so impressed by the continued quality and effort that is put into the Forza franchise as a whole, and even the spin-off that Horizon is. And so I'm really much looking forward to Forza Horizon 3, and I can't wait to get my hands on the game. I think this is the best location in the series so far, and it's gorgeous to race through. It looks amazing, it plays amazing, and here's hoping that the events will take us on a crazy amount of stunts and locations, and drive a crazy amount of cars that are all varied and feel different. It's going to be freaking awesome. Alright, so Forza Horizon 3, if you have an Xbox One, definitely pick this one up if you're on the fence about it. And even if you're tired of the Forza franchise, you're like, I don't really feel like it, this really, you know, was like, wow, this was a good game. And I'm really much looking forward to playing it when it comes out in September. Alright, so if you guys have any questions about Forza Horizon 3, leave them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. But overall, just a huge thumbs up. Forza Horizon 3 played amazing, and I cannot wait to get the game on release. It's going to be pretty cool. Alright, and it's coming to Windows 10 as well, so there's going to be cross-play between those devices. So here's hoping that it's actually an optimized game. Here's hoping. Alright, you guys have a fantastic day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk with you all later. Thanks.